Bueller and Dodge here with a very special guest fighting this Saturday from Dallas, Texas at UFC 211, defending her women's strawweight championship. And we are probably the worst two guys when it comes to names. So today we have Joanna Champion on the phone. How's that work?
It works very good. That's very good. Before I became a champion in Dallas, I had my first press conference in LA like 2 weeks before before my fight in Dallas, before I became a world champion, and people had already problems with my family name. So I said, call me Joanna Champion, because I will become a champion in 2 weeks, and here we go after 2 years. I'm going to defend my title at this same arena at the UFC 211 this Saturday.
There you go.
So with this fight with Jessica Andrade, you're looking to get the women's UFC title defense record, right? You're looking to tie it with Ronda Rousey. How does that feel?
Yes, it feels good, I remember the moment when I got a chance to fight for this title. It was amazing, and I felt like I can make, that time I was about to make my dreams come true, and like I said, it's a big deal to me that I'm going to defend my title for the fifth time, and probably for the UFC, because last year was crazy for other champions, because so many of them, they lost their belts, and that's the thing. Just me, Cormier, and Demetrius Johnson, we were defending our belts in 2016. So I think it means a lot, that we are keep on defending and keep on promoting the UFC, and we all work together. So it's really nice, and I'm very excited.
Now, you've trained with Jessica Andrade before. You guys, would you say you guys have kind of a friendship?
It's not like I was training. It's not like I was training with her. Like I used to be under the same management with Sucker Punch, but I don't work with them anymore. Since August last year, I signed with the new management, and I'm very happy that I can get better exposure, because now I work with the people who work with the best athletes, the best fighters in the UFC, but also the best basketball or baseball players. So I'm very happy. But the thing is, so I used to meet Jessica a few times in Vegas or somewhere else when I had some media or before some press conference. So we used to train together, because I like to stay in shape. And even when I hit some media, it's all about the training. So we used to train together, but it doesn't matter. It's not important anymore. It's all about this fight, because I know how it is to be a challenger, and she has got the chance to fight for a title shot, and I believe that we are going to see the best Jessica on Saturday. The best Jessica on Saturday, because like being a challenger, it means a lot. It's extra 100% to your physical strength, power, but also mental game. So I know how it is, and every fight is more difficult. I won my belt 2 years ago. It's going to be my fifth title defenses. And the thing is, like, they are watching me all the time. They have time to prepare me, There are opponents and camps and trainers who are watching me over and over, and are trying to find the best way to beat me and take the belt away from me. So that's why I must stay humble and work hard, like step very hard on the ground every day, and keep on learning, challenging myself to keep on defending this belt.
Well, she says she's looked at your game, and that she's been quoted saying that you don't have any power, and that when she hits you and continues to move forward, that you're going to crumble. What do you have to say about that?
Oh man, we always play my game, and they can say whatever they want before the fight, and I let them do this. And the thing is, like, during the fight, I'm in different mood. I am a real fighter, I prefer to get beat up during the camp or training session, but I wanna be prepared for anything and for everything in the fight, and that's the thing, And I think I've got this power, My reach, my height is very, very, very good for the strawweight division. Jessica is very short, but she's very muscular. Her upper body is very muscular. And, of course, she throws loopy but strong punches. That's why she's a very dangerous fighter. She goes for the high crotch takedowns, and her guillotine is very good. So this is what I must be careful with. But we have good plan for this fight, and we are going to play my game. Even I used to be a 6 times world Muay Thai champion, 5 times Muay Thai European champion. I feel like I change my striking a little bit, you know. I work with Katel Kubis, he's Brazilian coach, but he's an amazing person. And I feel like we are evolving with every training, you know, and we put on such a great work this camp. My footwork is even better than before. I'm going to keep her on distance and support the points, and I will try to catch her with some very strong punch, because I feel I put more on muscle weight, and I feel more powerful, more strong, more dynamic, and that's the thing. So my chin is okay, and you know, it's a sport, it's MMA, and I know that one punch or one submission can finish the fight, but I feel great, and I promise to all of you that you are going to hear and still, and I'm going to not just put on show on Saturday, but I'm going to take over this show, you know.
Hey, well, speaking of your style and your power, you've been compared to Chuck Liddell. Do you agree with that, and is there anybody else that you look up to or try to emulate?
You know, it's good to hear that, but I cannot compare myself to still living legend, you know, because Chuck Liddell is like one of the pioneers of this sport, and lots of respect to her. I put my head down right now saying this, but you know, it's very nice. It's very nice. I build my legacy, and I moved to the United States to build my brand and my name more, and that's the thing. So I hope that one day people will remember me as one of the best female fighters, the best UFC fighters, and one of the best athletes from Poland.
Absolutely.
So looking at the landscape, you know, at one point you said that, you know, Carolina Kowalewicz would be the next UFC fighter to challenge you, and she did, and obviously you defeated her. Is there anyone else that we should be keeping an eye on? I mean, you know, there's rumors that Rose Namajunas is next, or do you know of somebody maybe down the line that you think you should challenge?
You know, I won the fight with Carolina, and it was crazy when right after the fight, her coach was like, yeah, let's have a rematch. We want rematch. Man, I was like, I won this fight. I won this fight easy, of course. Few seconds in the 4th round was a little bit dangerous. Was hot, but the thing is, like, I was controlling this fight from the first seconds of the fight till the end, you know, and there is no option that there is going to be a rematch. And the other thing is, this is what I said, and this is what said Amanda Nunes. She had 2 years to prepare for the fight with Ronda Rousey. And we champions, we don't have that much time, because we know about the fights few weeks or 2 months before the fight, sometimes even not. And the thing is, like, all eyes are on me. All eyes are on champions. Like I said, it's nice to be a champion, but it's definitely more difficult than becoming a champion, you know. So I don't know who is going to be my next challenge after this fight, but definitely my next challenge is Jessica Andrade, who I'm going to face on Saturday in Dallas.
Well, speaking of next challenges, the UFC is going to be opening up the 125-pound division, so it's rumored. How do you feel about that? Is that something you would want to explore, or do you think it's a good idea in general?
Of course. I was talking about that a year ago, you know, and I used to fight in 125 division before I became a UFC fighter, and I used to fight in Muay Thai and boxing and kickboxing in 125 division. So it's good. It's very natural weight for me, and the thing is, but I feel great with making 115. This is what I said at the beginning of this interview, that, you know, my reach is good, my height is good, and I feel great in this division, you know. And but a year ago I said that I would like to become a UFC champion in 2 different divisions, and I hope that my big dream will come true, and definitely it's going to be one of the biggest challenges in my life.
Well, it's definitely possible, because you're one of the most talented fighters in your division at this point in time, obviously holding the belt.
Thank you so much.
I know that we're closing in on time here, but we have one question that we'd like to ask all the fighters the first time that we interview them, and this being your first time on the show. Dodge has it. It's a who would win in a fight question.
All right, so who would win in a fight? A bear with machine guns for hands and feet, or a pterodactyl that poops chainsaws?
Second. second answer.
The second one.
Again?
So it's a bear with machine guns for hands and feet,
Yeah.
and a pterodactyl that poops chainsaws.
Pterodactyl.
Joanna champion is Team
That's a
Pterodactyl.
good question.
I love it. We keep a running tally on this. So everybody that we've spoken with, we have a tally on who's Team Pterodactyl and who's Team Bear. So we'll put you down for Team Pterodactyl.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I love it. I love it. UFC 211 goes down this Saturday from Dallas, Texas, live on pay-per-view, prelims, Fight Pass, and FX. Joanna champion, thank you so much for being on the show, and best of luck this Saturday.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.